I've sent 529 resumes into the void, and only 39 humans ever wrote back. That single sentence from Jackie, a Bay Area recruiter who's been hunting for work for a full year, is the emotional gut punch that opens this story. If you've clicked submit on an online form lately and felt your stomach drop, you already know why this matters. But here's where it gets controversial. The very tools that were supposed to make hiring fairer may actually be making it crueler. The backdrop is brutal. Job growth has cooled to a crawl, and the number of people who've been out of work for 6 months or more is climbing every week. In that climate, every rejection stings twice. Once for the lost opportunity, once for the silence that follows. Automated hiring platforms, once hailed as time savers, now feel like digital moats protecting companies from the people who need them most. Jackie's spreadsheet tells the story in cold, hard numbers. Each row is a job she wanted, a company she researched, a cover letter she tailored. Out of 529 rows, 490 ended in absolute silence. No thanks but no thanks. No polite auto-reply. Just the quiet hum of a server somewhere deciding she wasn't worth a human glance. To pay rent in Oakland, she's walking dogs and cat-sitting, grateful that at least the animals acknowledge her existence. And the hoops she's asked to jump through keep multiplying. First came keyword scanners that toss out resumes for missing the right verbs. Then came 45-minute personality quizzes that ask whether you prefer working alone or in large groups, as if nuance were a bug to be patched. Next up, AI video interviews, where a bot stares from the screen and grades your micro-expressions. Jackie's verdict? Hard pass. I will never do one. She half jokes that the algorithm probably logged the exact moment her eyes rolled. Technology was supposed to democratize opportunity. Digital job boards let us apply to 10 times more openings than our parents ever could. Remote work erased geography. AI resume helpers polish our prose in seconds. But Peter Capelli, a management professor at Wharton, points out the paradox. The wider the funnel, the more chaff HR has to sift. To cope, companies layer on extra filters, gamified logic tests, timed writing samples, one-way video pitches until the chance of landing an interview hovers around a measly 3%. At some point, Capelli says, candidates just stop banging their heads against the wall. Oliver Golden Egan, a recent Pomona College grad chasing entry-level publishing jobs, has already reached that point. After a prized internship at Harper's Magazine, he discovered that every online portal felt like shouting into a hurricane. His workaround? Ignore the portal entirely. Instead, he sleuths out a real employee's email, sometimes through LinkedIn, sometimes by guessing corporate address formats, and sends a warm, personal note with his resume attached. He's even daydreamed about hand-delivering paper copies, like a 19th century courier. I didn't grow up with fancy connections, he shrugs. My mom's a housekeeper. Cold outreach is the only network I have. And this is the part most people miss. The same algorithms, marketed as bias busters, can bake in brand new unfairness. Princeton computer science professor Arvind Narayanan pulls no punches. Being interviewed by a robot is frankly a violation of basic dignity, he argues. Worse, there's scant evidence these systems predict on-the-job success any better than a coin flip. Narayanan's provocative proposal? Once candidates meet a clear, transparent minimum bar, just pick names out of a hat. At least then, everyone knows the process is random, instead of pretending an opaque black box has mystical powers of discernment. Imagine that. A lottery for livelihoods. Radical honesty instead of algorithmic theater. Would you feel more respected or more powerless if you knew your dream job came down to pure chance? Back in Oakland, Jackie has found a tiny antidote to the indignity. Four-legged clients who greet her with wagging tails and grateful purrs. Dogs don't ghost you, she laughs. They need love, they give love, and they never asked you to record a 2-minute video explaining your greatest weakness. If dog sitting paid San Francisco Bay Area rent, she'd ditch the job boards tomorrow. So here's the uncomfortable question we're leaving on your screen. Are today's hiring bots a necessary evil in a world flooded with applications, or have they become a high-tech excuse to ignore human beings? If you've been on either side of that digital divide, applicant, recruiter, or hiring manager, we want your unfiltered take in the comments. Agree? Disagree? Have a horror story or a hack that actually worked? Drop it below. Let's prove that real conversation still beats a chatbot every time.